Hello. Hello. Okay, now let's start doing this. Well, actually I should probably start with looking for a tile set. And I don't think that you can see it. This was supposed to be a city. So I should probably look, think. So let's open GIMP and then VC Maps. Okay, so that should probably give you something to look at. So I want to start with opening the SCS. Megaman X. Or should I use zero sets? I might try zero sets. Zero titles at that one location. Here's the auto residential, but that's overgrown. I might try to use it anyway. I do like the look of that. Then let's create from clipboard and then maybe check that it's working. Now just hide that for a moment and then try to open up. No, not that. That's not good. Maybe I've yes, that's well. No. Now I should probably have. This is a 16 by 16 grid. This is what CPI droids and Super Metroid use as base of the grids. So we can just take this and use it to build tile sets for anybody. I'm also going to stop the echo. It's on my hand mostly. But I do like listening to my own voice a bit. Also, a good point 1 of 99. I should probably post it to the Hello. Okay, now let's see these things. There's quite a few things I have to. Okay, let's just build the tile sets. Yeah, that's the nice thing about the new computer. I don't like to listen to myself, I better mute myself. I'm going to start getting mixed up in my own words. Yes, open one of these tile set bases so I can just build it on that. I just like to do that. Also not completely used to the GIMP the way it's in the new computer. Maybe a bit. I like the layers to see them large. I will do that later. Or maybe I should do that so I know what. It's down here. Okay, so I do have new layers, so I can just paste this over. This makes it easy to make new tile sets. So this is foreground, this one, I might want to use that. So let's take it to a new layer. Hello. So probably fix that later, that Discord problem. I don't think that the thing gets my mic. I'm going to just do that later because I'm just now trying to do a bit of streaming. Oof, that's a bit ugly. I should have stopped anti-aliasing. That's really good thing to do when you're doing pixel art. Just don't ever use anti-aliasing. It's not a good idea. And that's a really simple way to just. You can use this color picker tool to select anything that's not the color you want, and you can just really easily pick up the ones and other foreground or background or whatever background you're using at that moment. So let's get the. I should probably just mirror this part here, so I get the other side of the platform. But I think there's probably some. That's the. Yes, this is the layer I should work on. So as I was saying, you get like that, and that's pretty much a basic platform. But I'm fairly sure that Zero has more of the different kind of effect, like these tiles, and that makes your maps and rooms much more interesting if you use these detail pieces. But I should still move it a bit further away so I can fit it in there, because I'd like to build my tiles so that the tiles are already mostly in the right places, so it's much easier to build them, the maps later, or rooms. Sorry a bit about, because I'm a bit still thinking about maps, because I've got into Quake mapping just recently, and that's also one of the reasons why I haven't really done any work on my hack, which is really not a good idea, because the hack deadline is like tomorrow or next day after. But then I have been a bit busy with my life. There's moving and new computer which I just got, the one that enables me to do the live streams in the first place. So that's pretty neat. I'm pretty sure that these are identical to those off screen. Cruises. I think it might be trying to expand from the center, which is really confusing. I guess it's one of those default settings of the GIMP 2 these days, but because my GIMP in my other computer was a bit older, so it didn't have that as a problem. It's one of the things I just have to get used to, like getting used to streaming. It's a bit of a new thing, so it's not a big surprise that I'm a bit out of my field of, well, yes, it's a self-demonstrating thing, really. These are same things. I like these grass things. Should separate them into two different. Well, I like usually just to copy them because that way I can still see the. It's always a good idea to make a new layer when you use the color picker tool to remove things. Just so that you don't accidentally remove anything from any of the tiles you are working on. Because that would be really silly, accidentally removing most of your tile sets or making gaping holes into them. Like here, that's one hole. Yes, and we're still working very well. Let's see what YouTube has to say. Yes, I know 99. I should probably check that up. But first, probably enjoy a bit of mage screen. Hello. Now it works, and now the mic works. Yeah, I just noticed that. It was because of my mic wasn't. The Discord didn't pick up my mic. For the contest hack. Not really. Like few areas short. Like I'm just started because I just procrastinated so much. Like the last month. Well, mostly it was because first I have to write my book, so that took the priority. Then I wanted bubbles. I haven't published yet. Maybe I will publish when I get better with stuff. Like, because it's just the first draft. I have written quite a many first drafts. And some of them are quite long actually. One is over 100,000 words. That's a bit long. I should cut it down. Yep. See, this is a kind of bit messy tile set, so that it has a lot of detail. Yes, this is Mega Man 03. Yeah, the zero scenes are quite fun, but they're also a bit challenging. And then there's some things like there's not many weapons in the games, so you can pretty much using 4 different weapons all the time, or actually just you might be using the buster and the sword, and you have 2 different weapons usually, except in 04 where you have only 1, but it's the best because you can actually steal enemy weapons in 04. That's pretty cool. Like just ordinary enemy weapons. You do it by like punching them and then stealing their weapons when they die. It's actually pretty badass. If I remember right, the contest theme was cleaning and stuff, and I have already done that in my first area. But I guess overgrowth is also kind of something to clean up. Oh, bit silly me. Accidentally pasted it over my other die set, but that's alright. I just do a magic trick. First we take the to a bit safer place, and then we whoop, and we mirror it. And that's actually a pretty good thing to do in tile sets because it saves up quite a bit of space of unique tiles. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a pretty bad thing. Yeah, it's one of those things that probably come with the image, importing our image thing. Actually, I don't think that you are getting on the stream, which it might make it a bit funny to listen to just me talking to myself, even when that might do it.
There was already one fusion hack posted, which I'm surprised about because...
Yeah, well, I'm doing zero mission, might do it.
Oh, you There was already one fusion hack posted, which I'm easier to make sequence breaks.
Yeah, and you are now going to the stream as well. I guess that.
Well, I've been watching the stream.
Yeah, I say that you, because I can't really watch my own stream. So sometimes you just need somebody else to tell what things are.
Oh yeah, sure.
And that's why it was pretty nice of Glitch to. I think it was Glitch who checked out my other stream, or was it you? I think it was Glitch. It was, yeah, it was Glitch, I remember. It was pretty crappy stream because I had the old computer which can't record for anything.
You should probably either up your own volume or lower the computer volume because I sounded really loud there.
I should probably up my own volume because my computer volume is at 2. Of course I have the mixer, I can just do it on the thingy. Okay, that should probably do it. Because I usually keep my computer volume at 2. Just 2. And of course people downstairs are watching movies with their big stereo thing. And I can just hear the rumbling to my room. This is not the most interesting thing to watch, but it's one of the more important things in hacking, I think.
It's a tile setup. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say it's not important.
yeah, I was saying that tileset is not the most
Or, I
interesting
mean,
thing to watch,
I wouldn't
but
say it's uninteresting.
well, everybody can take their own. Everybody to their own. But it's one of the more important things, at least I think, because it really gives any identity to your hack to have custom or yeah, pretty much custom tiles. They're always a good thing to have.
Mhm.
And that's why I don't really like many Super Metroid hacks, because they just repeat the default tileset with different palettes, which I think is a bit lazy. It usually doesn't look as good as the original palettes anyway. But sometimes they do work. I think that Kraid's lair in Super Metroid is very nicely translated to other tilesets.
I don't like when people in Super Metroid hacks just recolor like what is it? Oh yeah, lower Brinstar. The red Brinstar.
Yeah.
I've
don't
actually
really-
changed it ever. Yeah, I'll actually show you. It looks quite nice.
Alright.
Alright, so probably got this. Did they take away the voice?
Who is this?
Hello.
It's
It's
well
Brain.
written.
Yeah.
Rip Jiffy, we have too many GBH hackers in here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a drink quickly.
Should I leave then?
No.
Only one hack has been posted.
Well, Inking's
Wasn't
supposed to
it?
get started on his own. I would have made a hack, but I kind of can't, so.
Is Ing part of a committee?
No.
Good, because that means he can't create hacks.
Ink's hack contest. Make sure that the player can't get past the first area without you doing some obscure trick.
I don't mind that. I enjoy Ing's difficult hacks.
Wow.
Yeah, I also do enjoy them, and I'm also back.
Well, you made them.
Yeah, I guess that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
I'm just going to just repeat this wine a few times to recover my places.
Okay, well, I've checked for you.
Where is
Well,
it?
I mean,
then,
that
boys?
I would call that more of just like darkened red Brinstar. I meant like something like you know how in Hyper Metroid he changes it to yellow.
Yeah, that's a bit just darker version of the red bean star. But that's probably what makes it so good compared to most red bean stars out there. Of course, I don't really like red bean star anyway. I think that it's, at least to my opinion, the bean star in Super Metroid is the green area.
I certainly enjoyed the green area of Brinstar more than the red area of Brinstar.
I'll say that I like both. But yeah, red Brinstar is hard to make rooms for because of how blocky the tiles are.
They're also like Red Tower is just huge. Does Red Tower fit in one room?
In CPI Droid, I'm not sure. I think it can. Or what you're asking?
I know the main shaft of Wrecked Ship cannot fit in the size of one Metroid Zero mission room. It's too large.
Is it wider than one? Is it?
Yeah, because you have the bit with the missile tank over to the left.
That's probably it. Because I remember that at least one tile shaft or one wide shaft are really long, and they can be made really long.
If you ignore the fact that there's a missile tank in that room and just the main shaft, then you can totally fit it in like just too wide.
Yeah, just make the tank a different room. I guess that you could probably just do it. If somebody
You
wants
would
to.
just make it a half transition.
Probably good to say to Interdepth if he ever wants to. But I guess he probably just doesn't even need that room.
So how's your hack going?
It's going.
With 13 new bosses
Oh yeah.
tomorrow.
And one of them
Yeah,
safe
definitely.
boss.
And Carrot X. Oh yeah, and Safe Station Boss. Alright, so right now I have to get Safe Station Boss, Carrot X, and what was the third one? I don't know. Safe Station Boss is a must.
Save station boss. That's horrifying.
Actually, there's one thing in Symphony of Night. I think there's one safe station boss. Or fake safe station boss.
Okay,
Doesn't
why
even need to
can't
be a
I
boss.
find?
Just an enemy would do fine.
Actually,
Egg,
what?
do you know how to add animated tiles to the background? Because I'm trying to find, I'm trying to do it, but apparently the first few rows of the tile table are cut off for background tile table.
I don't really know anything about animated anything. And I also just got the classical too many colors promises in
Oh
Maze.
no, I see why. It's because background tile table is completely different. Wait, then how do I add animated tiles to the background?
Animated tiles, or at least color chasing ones, are one of the big problems I have in Fusion. It makes Fusion hacking a bit more difficult than it should be. But of course it's one of those things you can just avoid by making new rooms or new backgrounds. So it's not that big of a deal. But it's one of the things that you really don't see unless you use the...
Is Jiffy making a hack?
Not for the contest, no.
Thought he
You could
was.
say that... Does
Well, he
Jiffy
was, but he
ever make
isn't
hack?
anymore.
That's one of the other problems. Sometimes I guess the Maze might save the image into the, or use the image more than it looks like. But I think that only happens when you fail import. 3, 2, 1, whatever tile is that even? Is it the vines? I don't think it's the vines, but it doesn't hurt to check.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and work on my bubbles tile set. Have you seen it, Whale?
For Bubble Mountain?
No. Yeah, let me show you.
I also have some bubble things. It's not really bubbly, but it's something similar. Let's see one room that uses that.
I'll put it in voice.
And I will show in the live stream. Here's some bubbly stuff for my hack.
You have bubbly stuff too?
Yeah, in the live stream.
Ooh, that's so cool.
I see what you're saying.
I like that ink.
Yeah. It's not that either. This is one of the worst things ever when you have maze giving you error messages that one of the tiles has too many colors. And then you don't know what tile it really is because the
Bio did say something about changing that in the next release so that it's more clear as to what's actually wrong.
yeah, I did ask him about it, and he did mention that he hasn't really worked on maze, but he was planning to do it one time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I want for food. I'm hungry.
Get something that will taste good. That's
That is-
my advice.
Some pretty damn good advice.
It usually is.
Yeah, I might have to take you up on that offer. Let me what I can see. Let's see what I can do about that. It's pouring outside. My God.
What, is there corn outside?
It's raining. Hey, Sophie. How are you?
Now let's try this again. Fingers crossed. Yes, it was the buzzy things. These things. I guess I probably just screwed up the colors because I just need to remove stuff from them. I do have seen some platforms. That's okay.
One of, are you gonna get a Switch to play Smash?
I really want to. But my dad's kind of been like, oh, the Switch costs so much and like the controllers. Because like, to be honest, it costs so much.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
true.
Like
I got
$300 for the Switch, but then like, why is each set of Joy-Cons $70? Like,
I thought they were 80.
Because they're because they're made of
80,
space
70.
age magic.
Did they
I mean,
reduce
they're
the
like-
cost of buying both at once?
No, maybe it is 80. I don't know.
I mean, there's some kind of surgical tools that have anti-gravity devices and stuff. I mean, you see what kind of rumble they have.
Yeah, they're $70 now.
Huh, they used to be 80.
They're $70 at Walmart, $80 on Google Express.
Well, $10 is a lot of money.
Yeah, but $70 for fucking controller, like.
Two controllers.
To be fair, the Joy-Cons...
Not really two controllers. Like,
Well,
The
technically,
Joy-Cons
yes, they
have a
are,
lot
but
of
they're really
material
small
in them.
controllers.
It's like, it's rumble, it's sensor. There's so many different things inside.
yeah,
of
but
the
like at
controller.
the end, do I really care about the rumble feature and the like super precise sensor features? Like, not really. I just want to play a video game, right?
Well, that's not on you though. At that point, you would probably just want to buy a Pro controller, which are like 60, I think.
That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's 33% less than the full price.
Oh, well, yeah, it is less, but it's. I
Hmm.
mean, not to be the party pooper, but it's still a lot of money.
How
Yes,
much is a
fine,
Pro
I-
controller? I know the one I wanted was 60 when it came out, but that was because it was a special edition. 60. Okay, they're selling for 70. This one on Amazon, it's currently 63. The one I want's currently 110.
This is the most
That's expensive.
room design ever.
Yeah, they're expensive for like. I don't know why they would be so expensive. Honestly, like.
If you buy Smash, all you need are the GameCube controllers.
Yeah, but
Well,
of
I
course you have to
GameCube controllers.
get
but, like,
new GameCube adapters for every system these days. It seems.
I believe
Yeah.
the Switch adapter should just be the same as the Wii U adapter.
Yeah, but you can't use the Vita adapter in anything else but Smash for some reason, which I think is really stupid. It doesn't
I
even
don't
really.
honestly. If I had to take a guess, they probably won't utilize the adapter for any game other than Smash either.
Yeah, I don't know why they can't just even utilize it for like the Wii Classic controller stuff.
I think there were a few GameCube games that or not GameCube games, virtual console games that would work with the GameCube controller. I think Mario 64 worked.
Yeah, I guess. Of course, I probably just want GameCube itself, because I have a bit of nostalgic feelings for it, and Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
Never
Mansion
owned.
is such a good game.
Yeah, I really want to play that
It's
original
not
one.
bad.
I really enjoyed the first one. I think the second one was a little bit worse.
Yeah,
think
I can just see
there was-
that it's a bit less interesting because you have more mansions than one. And
Well, I
as a-
don't mind the fact that there are more mansions than one.
I didn't like how it
I-
was mission based. That was stupid in my opinion.
I think the issue with the second game is they utilize the same enemy too many times, and it's too generic. Like in the first game, you had all sorts of different portrait ghosts, which were really, really different and exciting.
Yeah.
With the second
Yeah,
I mean,
one
it
kind
was
of just
essentially
put
like
that
a
out.
boss rush style of game.
yeah, I also think there's the fact that the first game has such a heavy atmosphere to it. It's kind of different for any other Mario game ever made.
Yeah, the second game didn't take itself as seriously.
I also really wish they'd made Melody optional. Because Melody was the best ghost.
Crushes these things. Okay, now I can finally continue working on this. And of course that's the point where the blackouts begins.
EMP wave.
Alright, I think I'm gonna head out for now.
Okay.
Wow, bad.
I need to eat food. I can be back after I'm done eating.
Even worse. Okay, yeah.
See all these
The
novices.
jealous one.
Jealous. It's not like I'm lacking in food.
No, but you don't currently have food.
I can walk down like past 2 corners to the kitchen in my house.
But guess who doesn't have to walk that far?
Who?
Me.
Okay.
I have a strict advantage over you.
It's the food wars.
Yes.
MacConst Civil War feud. I have less distance to the microwave than you have. No, but you can't use microwave because it makes too much noise in the night. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Microwaves really do make much noise for some reason. If it's in the beeping that makes everybody wake up, it's the noise of the thing opening.
Oh, I know, right?
What's worse when if you, at least our microwave, if you don't attend to the microwave, then it will start beeping again after a while. doesn't like being ignored.
Yeah, mine does that too.
Which I guess does have some use, but it's kinda annoying at times.
It's more annoying than useful, if you ask me.
Yeah, because the wood isn't going to burn in that microwave, right? So
Yeah.
what's the... I mean, it's not like toasters that invented the bone sinking because so that you could have your toast not burnt. But we are far beyond that in technological level. Better set my default view back to the usual. Like that. Now I can just... Because the screen option is so much use. It's pretty much a lifesaver at least, I think. Be able to see the screen or where the lines of the screen go. Especially because CPAtors have this 2-block buffer in everything. Which is, at least for newcomers, must be really confusing or difficult to see. And you would start wondering why is Samus just like head up from the ground. Man, all this talking makes me really thirsty. It's my throat, not really used to speaking so much, I think. Or it's just I'm instinctively trying to be quiet for some reason. Even though it's day. Oops. Well, that's alright. Yeah, that's just background thing. No matter if it's accidentally peaky too. I will get the RR connection later, don't worry about it, Mace. And now I'm just trying to make the room. See, I could probably just cut this room down. 4 blocks, 4 screens is easy enough. Let's have it that way, so that of course I have to check right there. Yeah, that looks good. And my new computer means that the emulator will run much better as well. It didn't run badly before, but now it runs just smoothly as it ever could. Which probably means I can just I can start doing recordings Well,
That's
technically,
cool.
technically I'm just doing one right now with all of this streaming stuff. Probably make. Yeah, stream is working well. That
Yeah,
actually
no, the
makes
stream is doing good for you.
Yeah, I think that the delay actually makes it easier to check if the stream is working or not. And it prevents the Hall of Mirrors. Now if I just add something interesting to stream. But
You're
this is
hacking, that's pretty interesting.
yeah. But this is just a good starter stream to check how things work. Because I also do play video games at times. Some bit different and strange. Maybe I could try just next. Even though I have so little time. I'm not sure I should start streaming something else. For the heck of it, let's try something. Let's try bit of EVO. That's a fun game. That's EVO Theory of Evolution. It got fan translation just recently. That's a good for hold a bit. Then we need the window. Just look at this for a moment when I change the stream up a bit.
I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Ooh, what is this? EVO? Theory of Evolution?
Yeah.
So is this like supposed to be a predecessor to the SNES game?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Just wait a moment. I have to get a bit of drink more. Okay, and now I'm back. Let's set up the...
Welcome back. What is your name? I don't think we've met.
Hello, I'm Inging, and this is a bit more of EVO. Okay, I can think we can just skip the rest of this. Wait, that's not right. Yes, that's... It's an old PC game, so we have to do these things. I have actually played this quite a bit.
That's an amoeba. Oh, that one has a flagella.
Now let's go straight to loading the save game.
Oh, it's a zombie.
Now let's get the... And as you see, I'm now a winged monster dragon thing. This is just after... This is actually what happened after dinosaurs died in the meteorite strike. There was more dinosaurs around, really big ones. And then they fought for the death. And they spit fire, as you see. That's really well-known fact that dinosaurs can breathe fire and stuff. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they all fought to death, and then then they evolved a bit. This is the evolution screen. There's just 4 things to choose, and then when you max out ones that you can evolve. Ah, curses, that wasn't enough. And of course this is really tough game, so have to heal a bit. This is the beginning of the chapter, so there's not really much to do yet. So we have to just kill things to get more evo points, and then we can evolve again. And now it's time to evolve again. Oh. Whoops, I think I just made a big mistake here. Well, one thing you just see here is that if you evolve too much in one direction, you get a different ending.
Oh.
So you can see that this game is not all serious things, but there's also lots of other things. Okay, I think we got the gist of it. And so that's kind of similar to the NES game where you have, if you choose to ally with T-Rexes and Birdman, you get those special endings or the future things.
Yeah.
This is a bit similar. This might not be as. You usually have defend and recover at the start. They're both really useful skills. Recover focus automatically for 2 turns and restores your health. That's really useful. Especially if the enemy has more health than you, because these are pretty much who are of attrition. So.
Right.
Okay, so we probably shouldn't use attack, so let's go to wisdom. That will up our skills. Usually it means that we can recover more health. But when we get other skills as the Spitfire, we can just do more damage with it, I think it might use the attack stack, but I think it used the mind stat, because otherwise the mind would be used for quite a few things. And that's the critical attack text. Disparate attack. But it's called how unlucky if you play as each enemy who lands a critical hit. It's also a good idea to save off them. Just going to cut it close, but not close enough. It's a pretty bad that we had to save just in the beginning of the chapter, because it's the most boring part, because it's where you do all grinding. And after you get up, and then the enemies will disappear usually, if you are leveled enough. Which is a nice thing, but the problem is that usually the level cap is quite low in this game, so usually we have more XP than you can use.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually you have more than enough EVO points to get to the end of a chapter. And then you just want to run away from battles, because they just waste your time. And it's also bad because it means you can't evolve into all of the forms you want to use in the game. And that's one of the random events. Of course I get the health restoring one just after I used health pool. In earlier chapters, actually you play the character will regain some health when he just stands around the first screen. But the issue is that by this point of the game, you have so much health that it doesn't really matter. So you have to use those pools to get health back.
That point where you're over-leveled.
Well, I'm not over-leveled for this area, but the health is just so high in this area now, or in this chapter, that your natural regeneration no longer is useful. But believe me, the first chapter, which is the fish chapter, it's really a lifesaver. What really is interesting to note about this game is that there's pretty much no bosses so far, and I am at the last disc of the game. So the last part of the game, and not a single boss battle yet, compared to
Really?
the SNES game that has like bosses every other
Yeah,
square.
the SNES game had a lot of bosses.
Yeah, that's true. There's some really interesting things. For example, the sharks things that are bosses in the first or the NES game, SNES game. The first boss there, in this game, he is just some guy who doesn't really want to fight. So he just asks you to leave. And then you leave, and you never see them again. With the game just saying that sharks really haven't changed much then. Which I guess fits the thing.
Maybe that's an alternate ending thing then.
No, it's just...
if you don't leave.
I guess there's not much to it. The alternate endings are... Ooh, I just got into battle without me even doing anything. I just wanted to upgrade my EVO. That's the critical. This game is also much more story heavy than the SNES game, which you probably can't see here because we are just fighting the random encounters. Well, technically they're not as random as most games at the time, because they're overworld ones. That's not much of a upgrade from Dragon, I think. But I guess we have to just take what we have. Actually, I do have lots of weapons, so I should probably just upgrade my defense and then health. Because I think it's best to leave health for last, because the amount of health you recover because you are limited up once you can recover health at one turn. And if your defenses are low enough, then the enemy can just attack for more damage than you can recover. Which is of course what you don't want to happen, because then you're really screwed if you encounter enemies at low health. Which is something that usually can happen really easily. Because these are really tight quarters and enemies are all too happy to say hi. Actually, let's try to use some strategy this time. Strategy works for some point, but usually there's a problem to it, and that's the problem. That enemies are really... It seems like every point in the game, every area has enemies jump one ladder at a time. Enemies almost never in this game are correctly leveled against you. They're either over leveled against you or they're under leveled against you, and that's a big problem. You can be fine in one area and then you move out to the next area and enemies are starting to kick your ass again. It's never the middle ground. Maybe, except maybe in the just after the beginning. Like you say, I'm already getting quite a bit powerful for this area. Enemies don't stand against me anymore. Maybe I try to save and load them, because that might make the enemies disappear because enemies don't appear if you're too over-leveled. It keeps you from over-leveling further. But I guess I'm still just not strong enough for that. See, I just want to really just get some story going. Maybe I just pass through these guys. Maybe we can start talking about the story of the game. So the story is quite simple, but it's pretty emotionally heavy. You start in a village of prehistoric fish and other stuff, and then some light starts to make everybody go angry, and you get blamed for it and turn out of the village. And then you start walking the earth. And just killing stuff, I guess. Many people just start...
What a turn of events.
Yeah, and you start meet the other creatures, and many times they just do terrible fates quickly. And eventually you learn that there's other planets and they're also experiencing extinction events. For example, Mars and Venus die off, and then Moon eventually dies off. And that's not a good thing. There's something behind all of that. There's the same stuff that's trying to kill Earth as well. First by desertification and then by meteorites. And we just survived the meteorite. And this is actually part of the game where it starts to get interesting. It's the point where it starts to get in a fantasy land. Which is kinda similar to the SNES game, it starts to get a bit fantastic in the last point. Well, I guess it's still fantastic in the early games as well. You're being assisted by aliens after all. Which doesn't really get as fantastic as it does in the later areas, where you're fighting against Dinomen and stuff. This game just jumps the gun in the second chapter, where you're already starting to walk into fortresses and stuff. And as you probably might hear from the soundtrack, the soundtrack is recycled to the SNES game. Usually you can, a good rule of thumb is that if a song in the SNES game is good, it's from this game. Just as this battle theme is recycled as the boss theme. Which might make it quite a cathartic to play this game after the SNES game, because the SNES game bosses were so hard. Just now hearing it. Oh wait, this is Kaia's heart, I think. This is just Kaia herself. Should I try to voice act this? Oh, you survived! Thank goodness, I'm so relieved! I can't really do any. The surviving life forms have continued to evolve through while I rather plant is recovering from its wounds. And other stuff. And the devil has gone. Oh yeah, did I mention devil? Lucifer herself is in this game. Yeah, it's her in this game. Yeah, it's her this time. I guess that somebody might have... Well, Japanese idea of Christianity is not usually that much. Oh yeah, so apparently this time being that kind of gigantic dinosaur isn't enough to scare away. I guess if I have the flamethrower, then I could just spit fire and they might run away. I mean, if I were a saber-tooth tiger and I saw something winged breathing fire in my direction, I would just get the heck out of there. But I guess
feel like I
this...
concur.
Hmm?
I feel like I would do the same.
Yeah. Okay, that's the no snow covered area, that's not... Hey, this is the guy we just were just a moment ago. Oh, this isn't good. But the good news is that it shouldn't deal as much damage as I worried. Of course it's unlucky, and then I get critical in my face. Well, this is much better than 2 chapters before, where you have to fight against Dimetrotons, those dinosaur kind of reptiles that have sails on their backs, but lived much before dinosaurs. Those guys are the most painful things in this game, because they can stun you so easily. And stun in this game means you are completely helpless until the stun wears off. I think it's fixed and not random. You pretty much get 3 or 4 times of stun per one time you get stunned.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, the good news is that you're usually bulky enough to take all those hits from the things. But it's still so much pain. Just go through multiple text screens of just you taking hit. Well, the good news is you can evolve into one as well. Then you can just spam that, abuse it yourself, and it's pretty much no enemy can no longer hurt you. Until you lose that evolution. Which is something that happens after every chapter. You just lose your evolutions and evo points, and you have to start from the scratch, which is the reason why you have to grind at the start. Which is kind of strange, because the evo points take G values so quickly in this game anyway, so I don't know why they don't just allow you to carry them over. It's not even like in the SNS game where you change forms, you evolve into something that's quite similar to Evo's form. So it's not as frustrating as the SNS game where you just at the start of every early chapter you just get pushed back in the bottom of the food chain. Which is probably the reason why I never evolved into Mammal in SNS game, because do you really want to lose out of your attack points again? It's not really pretty. And that's not pretty either, getting unlucky. Oh wait, I have lots of evo points. Why I use them? Now it's said to use that able to attack. That's a thing. A creature. Time to see all these bears in battle. Well, that's something. Ah, come on. That should have worked. It seems that that only can happen to you. Only you can fail your moves. I guess that enemy is just smart enough to never use moves if they don't succeed. But I don't know how.
I need to play some kind of RPG.
Hmm?
I need to play an RPG.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
RPG. I would say Chrono Trigger. It's a really fun game.
I've already beat Chrono Trigger twice.
Okay, I don't
I
really
need
know
like
about
something new.
I haven't really played RPGs myself. That's what makes the question so hard. I guess one of the famous Final Fantasies could work.
Nah, I don't really like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Too basic of a combat system.
You played Earthbound, I suppose?
Not a fan.
Fair.
Let me see if there are any good online games.
What about Chrono Cross? I don't think what systems you can play that on. PlayStation and then PlayStation Network.
don't know. I don't know what to play right now. Just not in a hacking mood.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I just started hacking and then I started playing this game again. And I have like 2 days. We should probably start hacking soon. I've done big enough progress in this game anyway. It's an interesting game. Not as bad as this game. EVO Search for... no, this is EVO Theory of Evolution. Link for the translation in the description, I think. Yes. And I think that's it for this game.